Ooh. All right, Snowflake, take my horse.
Yeah. Mr. Captain, I was afraid we gotta go back home.
We are. How come?
Well, since you was away with the troop, a telegram done come, and I read it, and it says, the telegram says...
Do you mean to say you opened a telegram that was sent to me?
Yes, sir. I was afraid I did. Maybe you better read it. Maybe I missed a word or two.
Snowflake, the next time you open a letter or telegram or anything else that belongs to me, I'm gonna boil you in oil.
Yes, sir, Mr. Captain. I remember that, sir.
Important you obtain leave and return to your ranch immediately. Trouble brewing. Signed, Colton, Border Patrol.
Did I read right? It says trouble brewing?
You did, Snowflake. And apparently my brother and foreman can't handle this. You put my horse away and get back to my quarters and wait for me.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Snowflake. Finish packing my bag.
My goodness, look at the way you packing this bag. Just look at it. After me trying to keep things straight around here. Well, what would you do without me?
Come on and make yourself useful. Put all this stuff together. Come in.
Well, don't tell me you've been kicked out of the Army, Captain.
Well, not yet, but I may be when I get back.
Well, hi, what's wrong?
I got a wire from Colton of the Border Patrol. It says there's trouble down there.
What kind of trouble?
Well, it might be anything.
I thought you had your brother running the ranch. And what's the matter with your foreman?
That's what I'm going to try to find out. There's Snowflake. Be sure and pack my 45.
Yeah?
Oh, where we eat tonight?
How about Wong Gee's in Chinatown? It's not bad.
Not good, but it'll do. All right, Snowflake. Meet us at Wong Gee's at 8 o'clock with a car. And be there and be prepared to travel.
Wong Gee's? Is that chop suey place way down in Chinatown? Can't you think of some other place to go but there? I don't like to go there because it's too dark.
You're not going to eat there. You're going to meet me there in front of the place. Now, be there.
Yes, sir.
All right, Lieutenant.
It's always a war. You just get back from one war and start training for another. The captain says pack is 45. That means more war. Well, let me see if I's prepared. My best friend. I guess I'll park you in here with the captain's artillery. I guess that ain't my shade of powder. Just a little bit too light.
And what are you yipping about? I kept my word with you, didn't I?
Yeah, you keep word. You also steal money from my countrymen.
You mean to call me a thief?
If truth hurts, then you thief.
Why, you... Oh! You make another crack like that, and I'll wring your neck.
That was a great feat, Lieutenant.
I'll say it was, Captain. Say, it's kind of fogged down on us since we went inside.
I'll say it has. Well, it looks like we're in time to see a good fight.
Yes, or a murder.
Well, this is a surprise.
Just as much to me as it is to you, Carney. What are you doing away from my ranch? I pay you to be my foreman, and you belong there, 200 miles away.
Well, I came up to make my report. I figured I was too late to see you at the barracks tonight, so I thought I'd lay over until tomorrow. Came down to Chinatown to get something to eat.
Well, why the trouble with the Chinaman?
Search me. I was just going along when they grabbed me. Must have thought I was somebody else. Well, he kept hanging on, so I poked him one.
Well, from what I saw of it, I'd say he came very near giving it to you where the turkey got the axe, right in the neck. You know, that hatchet didn't miss you an inch.
Well, an inch is as good as a mile.
Well, I'm sorry I busted you one, Carney.
Well, that's all right, Captain Casey. Maybe I had it coming to me.
Well, now that you're here, you can make your report. How's everything at the ranch?
Well,
Well, how is everything?
couldn't be better. Everything's in apple pie order. Your brother Dave is sure on the job. Not a darn thing to worry us. That's what I came up to tell you.
Well, if that's the case, consider your report made. I'll get back to the ranch and stay there.
Okay.
The hatchet of the tongue. I wonder why it was thrown at Carney.
That's something you'll never know.
You're wrong. That's something I'm going to find out. Why? My car.
Well, I hope you solve the mystery of the flying hatchet, Captain.
Well, so do I. Well, so long.
Goodbye.
An airplane. First one I've seen over this cow town in many a day.
It looks like it's trying to land.
But there's no landing fields around here. Well, let's go in and cool off. Have a drink. Hello, Carney. Why were you off of the ranch last night? Where were you?
I went into town. Why?
Why? Trouble broke loose here last night. Slim Elkins was shot and killed. We've been looking everywhere for you.
Well, you could have saved yourself the trouble, Dave. I told you I was going into the post to report to your brother. Sorry about Elkins.
You didn't tell me any such thing, and I don't like it. I'm going to tell my brother so the next time I see him.
Listen, I'm the foreman of the KCY, not you. I go and come when I please. I'll get that straight once and for all.
All right.
Come on, Merkel. I'm riding out to the ranch double with you. How are you?
How are you, Colton?
I see you got my telegram, Casey.
Last night, Colton. That's why I'm here. Howdy, boys.
Hello, Captain. Well, in spite of the fact that you got here on nothing flat, you're still too late.
What do you mean?
Come inside.
Not my brother Dave.
No.
Who got Elkins?
That's what we'd like to know. Last night, your brother Dave and Slim were rounding up a small herd of cattle. They got a little too close to the border. Without any warning, there was a shot in the dark. Slim fell from his saddle.
Dave didn't get a look at who did it?
No, he emptied his gun in the direction of the shot. And apparently he hit someone. For this morning, there was a trail of blood. But the trail ended and left us no clue.
I see. Does Elkins' sister know about this? Has anybody told Jane?
Yeah, we sent word over this morning.
Jane, I'm sorry. Cliff, Jack. Now, I've got a 10 days leave of absence from the post. Now, in 10 days, the man or men who shot Slim is going to get a dose of his own medicine. Are you with me, boys?
You know we are, Captain. We're working for you.
We haven't had occasion to wear guns in a long time. But this is where we start using them. Now get them on and meet me at the barn. Snowflake, open my bag. Jane, you better go on home. We'll take care of Slim. You staying with us, Colton?
You bet I am. For a while, anyway.
How are you, Abner?
Howdy, Captain Casey.
What's the matter with you? Did you see a ghost?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
You know, it's getting so a body ain't safe day or night around here. You never know when you're going to get it. Well, I'm prepared.
Well, you may need it. Keep plenty of coffee boiling.
Yes.
And we'll be in and out of here all day.
Excuse me.
Well, what do you want?
Is they going to keep him in there like that all the time on that couch?
No, they're going to take him away any minute.
Looks good, don't he? Well, I hardly expected to find you here ahead of me, Captain.
Well, I've been ahead of you all along, Carney. Now get a horse saddle and I'll give you your orders.
I was just about to do it. Tough about Slim Elkins, ain't it? Tough on his sister Jane.
Yeah, it's going to be tougher on the fellow who did it.
Yeah, I'll say. I'll get my horse.
How are you, Dave?
Well, you know, I guess. We've been having plenty to worry about.
Yeah, I know. Colton.
Come on, Dave. Tell your brother all about it.
Well, Elkins and I had been suspicious of the old road that crosses the international line for a long time. So we used the cattle as an excuse to go down there and see what was going on. We waited in the dark for over an hour, I guess. And boy, was it dark. It was blacker than the inside of a cow at midnight. Finally, we saw a couple of headlights coming. But when they got to the border, they turned them off. They must have seen us and figured we were some of Colton's men. About that time, up on the hill behind us, we heard something like a horseman coming through the brush, and sounded like he was trying to keep his horse quiet. We both turned at the same time and saw a streak of fire and heard a gunshot. Slim dropped to the ground. I emptied my six-shooter at where I saw the fire come from, and while I was reloading, I heard the purr of a motor, and the car disappeared.
That's a fine how do you do, Colton. What do you think they were running?
Pretty hard to say.
Well, why'd they shoot without giving warning?
You see, the car was filled with contraband of some kind or another. To be caught meant a long federal prison term. Their spies on this side must have recognized Dave and Slim. As you know, Captain, dead men tell no tales. Well, I'll be getting back to post. If you want any help, just yell good and loud.
I won't be doing any yelling. It'll come from the other side this time. I'm going to be Hair Trigger Casey again. Start shooting and asking questions afterwards.
Well, give me the lowdown. What happened?
You know, we got Slim. And we'd got Casey's brother, too. If he hadn't have trained him to shoot like he does with that hair trigger, one of his slugs got Tony.
Is he dead?
Yeah, and buried. But the car got through.
Well, where's the money?
Abner collected that.
To be forewarned is to be forearmed. And the next time you're riding with Carney, never take your eyes off him.
Yeah, but what about you?
Same for me. Well, we'll go back to the corral and get the boys. We'll start for the border. We'll work our way back to the ranch house, see what we can uncover. They must have left some trace behind.
Well, let's get back to the others before they start looking for us.
Okay.
That's all for the time being, boys. We'll go out again later.
We're going over to the bunkhouse. You fellas take those 2 horses and take them over to the barn. Leave ours here.
Got some hot coffee, Abe?
Yes, sir. Plenty. What are you looking for?
Canned cow.
There's some open.
Oh, fine.
Well, doggone it. Nearly a whole day has gone by. And there's no clue as to who killed Slim, nor why, nor what they were running across the line.
Well, I wouldn't say the day was wasted. I got one clue. I know that a Mexican, or several of them, are implicated. This concha proves it.
Well, you did have some luck.
Oh, I think so. It gives me what I'm looking for. Something to work on. Dave, hit Colton on the phone.
All right.
Hello? Operator, give me the Border Patrol.
Mexican, all right. None of your men wear anything like that.
You haven't seen a vaquero around our ranch, have you?
No. Just a few peons that come around looking for a handout or a job or something. But they don't linger long. Connie ain't got no use for them.
That's what he says. But I think he has. Oh, did they come for Elkin's body?
Yeah, quite a while ago. Had enough coffee, Captain?
Yeah.
Well, I think I'll take some over to the bunkhouse.
That's a good idea.
They're getting Colton now. Said to hold the line.
All right. Where is that boy? Snowflake! Snowflake!
Yeah, sir? Yeah, sir. Did you call me, Captain?
What's the idea of hanging around outside?
Every time I come in here, I get the creeps.
There's nothing in here to give you the creeps now.
That's what you think. But every time I look over there on that couch, I can see you laying there.
You get over and get that phone. And when Colton answers, you say something and let me know.
Yes, sir, Mr. Captain.
Say, I got plenty to tell you. Come on over and sit down.
Hello.
Well, somebody slipped.
How?
Casey found a silver concho that somebody lost, and he's got his suspicions right now.
And a lot of good they're going to do him. What can he prove?
What can't he prove?
Listen. Most of this ranch borders on the international line. Mexican riders cross it every night. Any one of them might have lost a concho. Doesn't mean a thing.
My neck means something to me, Connie, if yours don't. When we went into this deal, you agreed to take orders from me. Now, you think that concho doesn't mean a thing. I'll tell you what it means. It means that he's picked up a clue, and that clue will lead to a trail, and that trail will lead to another. And at the end of one of those trails, they'll find us. And when it's all over, we'll be stretching by our necks.
Maybe we'd better pull out now.
Oh, no, we don't. We've been paid for 4 loads and delivered 2. We're on the other through tonight.
Right under Casey's nose?
Right under Casey's nose.
Abner, we can't run another load through tonight. What are we going to do with the ones we already have hidden? The place isn't big enough to hold any more.
That's your end of the deal. I make the contacts, you run them through, and I collect.
This concho has been hit by a bullet. That's the way it was knocked off of that fellow's jacket.
That must belong to the fellow I hit last night.
Yeah, sir. He's here. Just a minute. Here you are, Captain.
Yes? Colton? Casey? Fine. Go ahead. Colton says he's got a tip. A hot one.
Good.
You better hang around here. If they get onto my trail, you know where to find me. I'll get rid of that load that came over last night.
Yeah? Well, thanks. Colton got a tip from the other side of the border.
Good.
A small band of Chinese are going to be run across tonight. This is where we put a stop to this business once and for all. You go out and round up all the men that you can trust. Meet me about a half a mile this side of the crossing line. A quarter of a mile this side of the old cabin.
I'll be there.
Just where do I fit into this ad?
Well, just where would you like to fit in?
I'd like to be there on the finish to collect the reward.
Well, the only reward your labs will collect is a slug from a 45. And if you happen to see a Mexican with a concho missing from his suit, why, hold on to it.
Yes. Hmm? Hmm.
What do you want?
Is you a ghost? Is you alive?
You'll be a ghost if you don't stop puttering around my kitchen.
I only wanted the whetstone to sharpen my razor.
Well, why didn't you say so? Use my strop.
Yes, sir.
What do you want that razor so sharp for?
Oh, to cut out gizzards.
Whose gizzard are you going to cut out?
Most anybody's gizzards. Don't make no difference. Does you cut out gizzards?
No. I rub 'em out. With this.
Now, you see what you made me do? Making me nervous? Because when I get nervous, I'll ever do anything. Man, you just threatened with sudden death. Because when I shave close. Come in, amigo. Oh, you seem surprised to find someone here.
Well, yeah, I'll say I am. I happen to own this cabin. I didn't know anyone lived here.
Oh, no. I am not living here, senor. I just chase some steers. I see them come this way. I ride and ride. I get tired. Then I see this place. I come inside. I say, well, Jose, here's a good place for siesta. I was just about to sleep when you come.
Well, you can take a siesta here as long as you like, if that's all you're doing here. But I've been riding a good bit of the day, all through this section. And the only steers I've seen are some that belong to me.
Oh, well, maybe they get hungry. They go home by this time. I go too, just so as soon as I have siesta. With your permission, senor.
Oh, there's no hurry. Just take your time. Adios.
Adios, senor.
I just ran into a queer-looking Mexican over at the old cabin. He doesn't look right to me. Now that you fellas are here, we'll go back and look him over. A little closer. Now take it easy, and don't make any more noise than we have to.
There, get over there. Come on, hurry up. Quick. Yeah.
We'll tie up those trees, walk the rest of the way, and don't make a sound.
So, you think you have come to this country for nothing, eh? True, I have received $150 for each of you, but it is not enough. Maybe these will make you talk, eh?
Thì có mẹ đâu, thì chính mẹ không nha. Soạn đều ạ.
Not so bad for last night's work, huh? Quick! Hurry up!
What's the idea of firing that shot, Merkel?
Oh, it was an accident. My gun hadn't even been out of my holster. Must have got the hammer got caught here on my sleeve.
Oh, yeah? Well, you better go back and stay with the horses. Maybe you can keep them quiet.
Don't be frightened, senorita. I am in a hurry. I must go someplace quick. You will drive me. You are stopped? And betray my presence in this car? I will kill you. Now, you drive straight down the road. I will tell you when to turn.
Sorry to bother you, Jane, but you didn't see a rider coming down the road dressed as a Mexican, did you?
Wait, you're the first one I've seen on the road, Captain.
Are you sure, Jane?
Quite sure.
Sorry again to have bothered you.
There's his horse. He must have been in that car we heard. My brother's after him. Get the horse and we'll take him along with us.
Give me a chance, Casey. I've had enough.
Carney. Of all men. You.
You should have left me in that shell hole, Casey. Go on, save your own neck. Mine isn't worth it.
So this, Carney, is what you call gratitude.
Gee, that was a slick piece of work you getting him like that. Who'd ever suspected Carney was the man we wanted?
I wish he hadn't have been. It's kind of broken my faith in humanity. See that he gets back to the ranch.
Okay. Come on, Carney. Get over there.
I can't tell you how glad I am it turned out the way it did. I was afraid he'd kill you if I told you he was in the car.
It might have been just as well if he had. Do you remember, my pal, I told you about during the war? What a close call we had? And how I finally came through with him?
Yes, I remember.
Well, Carney was the man.
Oh.
Will you be all right now, Jane? Can you go along without any of us following you?
Oh, yes, I guess I'll be all right. Thanks.
I'm going back to the post. I'd like to see you before I go.
Well, I'd like to see you too, Jim.
So that's your story. Pretty smart racket, eh, Connie? You and the others dressing as Mexicans and throwing the blame on innocent people. I ought to turn you over to the Mexican rurales. They'd soon handle your case.
I guess I've got it coming all right. But I needed dough. They told me it'd be easy. All I had to do was run a few loads across, collect, and forget about it. You didn't know I could talk Spanish, did you? I lived in Mexico for years.
How'd you learn how to disguise your face like that?
Berry stain. Little trick I learned from an old Indian. Then with the addition of a false mustache, the rest was easy.
You fooled me, Carney. More ways than one. You've certainly shaken my faith in my fellow man.
You should have done as I told you, Casey. You left me in that shell hole.
I guess you were right.
If you go down to that old cabin, you'll find 3 Chinamen in the cellar. It's pretty small, so you better get them out of there if you want them alive.
You hear that, Colton?
We'll take care of them.
How does Abner, my cook, figure in on this deal?
It was his idea.
Oh, then we'll start by slipping them on you, mister.
Don't move, any of you. Get him up. Get back against that wall.
You won't go far, Carney. You've double-crossed too many of your friends. Somebody's bound to get you.
That's the chance I'm willing to take, Casey. Talk English.
All right, Mr. Carney. We have showdown now. I want money you took from my countrymen.
You're talking at the wrong time. Get out of my way.
Any sign of him?
He must have made his getaway.
What's that over there?
Connie was right. I should have left him in that shell hole. Don't worry about him, boys. Colton's men will get him at the crossroad.
There's the captain's hat. And this old boy, he sure went to war fast. I guess if you could talk, you sure would tell him any story. No, I've not never done that. What's the matter with me, no, huh? Just up in here and... Oh, yeah.
You're going to be alone more than ever now, Jane. And you're going to kind of need somebody to lean on.
Now, ain't that nice?